All right, we're gonna vamp. All
Are we
Ryan,
live?
we are live.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. This is a new bit for Alan. He didn't hear this before. Alan, how was your
S-
week?
It was good. I went to a concert.
Wait, what concert did you go to?
I went to see Joan Jett in Hershey.
I don't know
So
who Joan
Pencil,
Jett is.
uh, I love rock and roll. Um, Bad Reputation.
I'm gonna be really accidentally rude. I didn't know she was still alive. That's great.
Yeah.
That's
Uh,
really good.
Pe-
How was it? Was it a good show?
it was great. Pennsylvania
Yeah.
did a thing where they did concerts all over the state. So there was one in Erie, State College, Pittsburgh, Allentown. I don't know if Philly did one because they have the World Cup, but
Right.
like all in Hershey. So Hershey had Joan Jett and the Everett brothers, which I did not care about. So once Joan Jett was done, we left. Like to Chocolate World.
Oh, did you actually go to Chocolate World?
Oh yeah.
That's so cool. I'm so jealous. How have you done any World Cup stuff?
No.
I don't think we're not sports podcast. We're not gonna talk about this on podcast
No.
proper. But like, have you heard Boston and like what's happening in Boston? This is like
I
fascinates me.
What I heard in Boston was there were Scots going down the police slide.
The Tartan Army is what they're
Yeah.
called. They've officially drank, according to some reportings, they've drank Boston out of beer except for Bud Light. That's like the only beer still available in the city on tap,
That
which like doesn't surprise me.
yeah.
Listen, I've already loved Scotland. This has only increased my love of Scotland.
Yeah.
Just the fact, and
Um
I've heard they're also more polite and more like clean and well kept than the Bostonians.
I mean, yeah. That's not hard. Um what so do you know what I mean by the cop slide?
No, oh yeah, the one where the cop was like boom, 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 like on the
Yeah.
side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's just
I
Scots
didn't know the
in
cop side was
kilts.
still up.
Yeah, I didn't know either, but there are Scots in kilts going down that slide, and I'm like,
This is
that's
this is everything. This is everything I've
But
always wanted.
are we having a World Cup conversation without me involved? What's going on?
well, it's over now because you're back.
It's over,
So
it's done.
sorry.
No, no,
Come on,
no,
World
no,
Cup.
no, no,
World
no,
Cup.
no, 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 no. You're not talking about sports without me
How
in the
is
conversation on this
how
podcast.
how is World Cup going from somebody who I know is actively watching it? Is it a successful World
I
Cup?
love it.
Yeah.
I love it so far. The hydration breaks need to be outlawed. Like the amount of effort the United States government did during the Cold War to brainwash everyone in this country against any type of like government help for anything, they need to do to everyone about the hydration breaks for the World Cup because it's just ad space. It's stupid ad space. The game needs its begins, game, break. You can put ads anywhere on the field you want, in the stands you want. You can make people wear stuff. You can say, the first 20 minutes is brought to you by Tylenol or something. I don't care. But you don't stop the game for a hydration break and play commercials. That's the one thing that it's really is like a problem for me.
But what if?
But
they're
I love
third?
everything else.
That's good. I'm happy. Who's your team?
Oh, the U.S. is. I
Okay.
mean, as of right now, when they get knocked out, it goes U.S. It goes U.S. and then it's a thing. So if Poland's playing, Poland. If Germany's playing, Germany. French or Britain, because that's pretty much like the core of my ancestry.
That's how you do it. Is by ancestry.
Yeah, so like that's the core, and then the offshoots of that is like Ukraine and Ireland. Like those are the smaller parts of my ancestry. So like that's pretty much who I go for if the US or when the US gets knocked out of every World Cup. So
I am
yeah.
so out of it with the World Cup stuff. All I know is the Knicks 1-5.
Yep, they certainly did.
Which is excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like the only World Cup news that I've actually gotten that I know of is like movie related. Like Trevor Noah had a show where he's watching the World Cup live with celebrities, and Mike Myers was one of them, and he just casually confirmed Austin Powers 4. Like Trevor Noah was like, "You doing a fourth Austin Powers?" He's like, "Yes," and then they kept watching the game.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so I know that, and I saw pictures of the
Wild
cast
bit.
of the cast of the Pit was at one of the games in LA.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
That's
that's
very cool.
that's my World Cup
Yeah.
knowledge. So
Oh, hold on. I got to give you guys Pit Watch update. You guys have both seen Pit season 2,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
They
Yeah.
just released the episode where Ice comes to the pit over here. That's how
Oh,
far in the season
Ooh,
I
that's
am.
okay. That's good.
Got to be honest. Everyone's having a bad day. No one's
Mm-hmm.
having a good day. It's a bad day
Yeah.
for the pit.
it's a lot like 24. Everyone's having a bad day.
That's it. And barely anyone's pooping.
Yeah.
Barely anyone. I do like genuinely. I like the pace of the doctors because there's like Dr. Mohan, like Dr. Robbie, like they're all like in it and bouncing from patient to patient to patient. And then you have that one doctor. I can't remember her name, but she's the one that kind of talks like this. She's like the only one that gets like a single patient all season.
Mhm.
Like she gets the one. It's like a big dramatic arc. You don't see her with like anyone else all season. And I'm like, did she get like special permission to only get one?
Well,
That was it. That
there's
was my type
also
5 on the pit.
Keep
Thanks for
watching.
listening.
Keep watching.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get into the show, shall we?
Let's do it.
Because we are 10 minutes into the stream and haven't started the actual show. Hey everybody. Hey everybody, welcome to You Have to Watch This podcast. I'm Alan.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Devon.
Each week on You Have to Watch This podcast, we make each other watch movies one of us has never seen. This week, in honor of his birthday, it was Ryan's pick, and he had us pick the other way. He's in the corner on the live feed. Yeah, there you go. In honor of his birthday, Ryan picked the 1995 film Screamers, starring RoboCop himself. But before we get into that, we like to talk about things in pop culture that we've watched. And today we're changing things up a little bit. Because I don't know if you guys noticed, but I pulled out some of my Batman Forever collection behind me. Do you know why?
The video game?
No, not the video game.
No.
But I did get to the Batman Forever part of the video game, and I'm
Good.
upset about it. Because they mixed it too much with Batman and Robin.
Oh, sure. Okay. Fair. They are mixing quite a lot in that game.
Yes. No, yesterday was the 31st anniversary of Batman Forever being released in theaters.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's 1 year away from a good anniversary.
Yeah. Well, last year I spent the 30th anniversary stuck at a car garage because my car broke down on my way to vacation. So I chose to celebrate a little bit this year with
Good. What did you do this year to celebrate?
just decorated behind me.
How many times are you going to watch it? Are you going to watch it 31 times, one for each year it's been released?
Possibly, yes.
I want this for you.
I will,
want
and I
you to
will
do.
live stream myself like just going crazy. By the end of it, I'll look like the Riddler at the end. Like,
You know what? Cancel the
why
podcast.
can't I
What we're gonna
kill
say, guys.
you?
We don't need to talk about this movie. We don't need to talk about what we watched. We're watching Alan watch this thing.
No. Come on. All right. And then if you don't know, Devon is based in the UK. Devon is in London. Devon, I believe you have some news for us. Because there's been some news dropping about a certain show.
Mm-hmm.
And I do you have something you want to tell us that you haven't?
Yeah, that I was lied to for months. How dare you, Doctor Who? Why do you do this to me? I don't know what news you're talking about, but the one on top of my mind is they've been teasing the Christmas special for the last couple months, going, the Doctor will be back for Christmas. He's not going to be back for Christmas. You knew he'd never be back for Christmas. Why are you doing this to me? What did I do to you, BBC? What did I do?
Okay. Not what I was talking about. Not Doctor Who, but it is Doctor Who related. Are you joining all of the actors in Britain who have joined the cast of Only Murders in the Building?
No, but it's 2 doctors, and that makes me so happy.
Do you want me to go through the list of people that have joined Only Murders in the Building this year?
Please do.
David Tennant, Jodie Whittaker, Martin Freeman, Jim Broadbent, Richard Ayoade from the IT
Richard
Crowd.
Ayoade?
Yeah. Jennifer Saunders. It's insane. Oh, and Jerry Halliwell from the Spice Girls.
You know what? Just don't have a plot to this season. Just parade these British people in front of me. Call it a day.
I really want to know if they're all just playing themselves.
I can't imagine they're not.
They
Or
need to. I've never watched an episode of this show, so I have no idea. But the title of it is Only Murders in the Building, which makes me think it's either an apartment building or like a hotel or something. You don't have to answer and tell me what it actually is.
okay.
Let me live with this thought in my head. And I want all of these people to show up as a traveling hardcore football slash soccer fan group to a team, and they have taken over a floor in the building while their team is playing like a friendly event against some other international team at the local stadium. And it's just the main characters dealing with a bunch of irate British soccer fans randomly throughout the whole season, on top of whatever murder they're trying to solve. Hell, one of the fans could have died, or one of the fans killed one of the other fans, and that's what they're trying to deal with. But
I'm
like
down.
every now and then they're just trying to talk, and there's people cheering in the background interrupting them constantly.
I would love it. I would love it. Do you know what I would also love? If we're like wishing things on this season, I want the surprise guest to be Michael Sheen, and I want this to be like a shadow dropped fourth season of Staged.
Yes.
It's like my favorite thing. I'll watch it now. I don't care that it was over like COVID. I'll watch it now. It holds up.
It does. Like that show, I still need to watch the final season of that.
That's the one where they like get weirdly meta about it, right? And they're like in real life trying to like film something.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. It was still cool.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then we also use this segment to talk about things we've watched in pop culture. Ryan's the only one of us that watched a thing outside of the podcast film for the week. So, Ryan, tell us about Primitive War.
So Primitive War is, as I didn't get a chance to bring up everything, like all of the posters of stuff that I watched over this weekend. Kristen basically gave me free reign on everything that we watched this past weekend, since it was my birthday weekend. And this was one of many movies that I watched, and it is on the list. It is my next pick. You guys are watching this. So do you guys appreciate really good Vietnam War movies like Apocalypse Now, Platoon? Have you seen
Yeah.
any of these movies?
I have
Yeah.
not.
What?
Okay.
I have not seen either of those.
What are you doing?
Those are massive holes in your
Wild. That
experience.
is wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, we have a podcast where we make each other
Yeah.
watch movies
Okay.
that we've never seen. We've been
So-
doing it for 10 years. At this
Okay, so
point,
Ryan-
it's on you guys.
Okay.
Ryan, I'm
So-
on your side. I like a
Okay.
good Vietnam movie. You have me
Okay,
now.
so
I like
guys
Forrest
like-
Gump.
okay,
There you go.
okay.
Gross.
So that's fine. Do you guys like Jurassic Park?
Yes.
Okay.
Never seen it.
Shut up.
I really wish I was
This-
wearing my Jurassic Park Hawaiian
Yeah.
shirt right now.
Yeah. This movie combines both. I don't care if I bury the lead or spoil anything, because this is just this has got to be the funnest movie I've seen in like 5 years. A long range reconnaissance and rescue unit in Vietnam goes to rescue some Green Berets that went missing on a mission in a part of the Vietnam jungle that they shouldn't have been. Like, international law should not have been. They get to the valley and they find out quickly that they're being hunted by dinosaurs. And I'm not talking about genetically engineered dinosaurs. These are scientifically accurate to what we know about dinosaurs up until about 3 or 4 years ago.
So they've got
Dinosaurs.
feathers.
They've got feathers.
Yes.
And there are different versions of raptors, like the ones that are the size of turkeys, the ones
Yeah,
that
the
are 6
Ohio
feet
raptor,
tall,
the
all of the
oviraptor.
different types, Tyrannosaurus rexes, Brontosauruses, Triceratops, everything you can think of is in this movie. And it has to do with a Russian experiment that went wrong in the jungle, and they have to try to still find these Green Berets, save this, save this Russian scientist, and take out the Russian general before more dinosaurs show up and like cause real problems. This sounds ridiculous, but I swear to you, on a stack of whatever, I have nothing holy around me right now, but I swear on anything that this movie has got to be the funnest thing I've seen in years.
Good.
and it's my
Good.
next pick. You guys are watching it. Like it's just happening.
Okay.
I sometimes stray too far away from like a movie should be fun and like, a movie should be thought provoking, but like
Hmm.
sometimes a movie should just be fun. Now,
Like it
I gotta
is.
tell you though,
Yeah,
Velocipaster set the modern age dinosaur movie bar pretty high for me, so we'll have to see
I
if it's any better than
understand that.
Velocipaster.
I understand that, but one of the Vietnam soldiers is literally a direct copy from Woods of the character Woods from the original Black Ops game. Like
Oh,
head
okay, that's
bandana,
cool.
mustache,
Yeah.
tiger striped Vietnam era camo, same exact
Mm-hmm.
attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Just one of the guys in the unit. Like
W-
that's just him.
w-
So
To
like
go
it's just yeah.
to go off of what Devin said, Velocipaster sets the bar high, but then Jurassic World Rebirth set it like brought it back down. So
No, I still haven't seen it.
I know it's on my list of things to make you.
Oh
See, I haven't seen
no.
Apocalypse Now, but I've seen Jurassic World Rebirth.
What are you doing?
So
Why are you like
I
this?
don't know. I just am. Um,
I'm excited for your movie, Ryan.
Yeah, I am excited to show it to you guys. Like it's just I can't wait.
all
Can't wait.
right. Well, speaking of things that you're making us watch, it'll be a few weeks before that, but this week you had us watch Screamers from 1995, starring Peter Weller.
Yes.
Um, tell us about the film, Ryan.
Okay. So Screamers came out in 1995. I have looked up. I am actively looking up the director, some of the things he's done. I haven't anything else that comes up. I'm not recognizing. So I'm not going to go over that. But anyway, it came out in 1995. I thought for the longest time that this was one of those like science fiction direct to TV movies. Just because I've only ever watched this when I was younger on like the Science Fiction Network or the Sci-Fi Channel at like 9:30 at night, and it wasn't until that I saw it on HBO or Showtime like in 97 or 98 that I realized that this is an actual movie. So this Starship Troopers and a few other movies is what kind of molded my like what I like in science fiction. Like you got like the military story that's in there. Usually, well, in this movie, it's about abandonment because they just get abandoned on this planet pretty much, and you've got these crazy robots that like basically become sentient, and they have to deal with the elements. They have to deal with these robots to try to live. This movie is just something that like I've owned it on VHS, I've owned it on DVD, I have it on Blu-ray, I have a digital copy of it. This is just one of those things that I put on and I don't even finish it half the time. I fall asleep. Like this is like a comfort movie to me, which sounds ridiculous given what happens in this movie and what it's about. Um and it's just a part of the core of what makes me a movie fan. So that's why I picked Screamers. I wanted to do. I've been wanting to do this for a while. It's never available whenever I go to think about it. So this time I was like, if you guys have to rent it, you guys have to rent it. It's my birthday. I want to talk about it. So this is where we're at. So that's my history with it. That's my short explanation of it. What did you guys think? I guess like your initial reaction to it, and your history if you have one.
I've never heard of this movie. I kept wanting to search scanners whenever I went to look for it, but I had to go back and double check. Never heard of this, never seen it. Um, I have thoughts. Devin?
All right. I had never heard of it. Never saw it. Obviously, I lie. I feel like I've caught the scene in front of the spaceship at some point in time
Okay.
because I don't know what happened, but I was like, I know how this scene turns out. How do I know how this scene turns out? And I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I saw just now who one of the writers are, and
Yeah.
that makes me really like this movie.
Okay.
One of the writers is Philip K. Dick. Big Philip K. Dick fan. For those of you who need lines drawn for Philip K. Dick, Total Recall, Blade Runner, Minority Report, A Scanner Darkly. I've read some of his books. Is on my shelf. Philip K. Dick fan here. I totally get it, and I think like any Philip K. Dick books, there are parts of this movie that I really like and go, oh, that's why he made it. Was like this scene and this scene and these ideas I
Yeah.
really like, and then there were parts I was like, I think you lost me. So like I'm gonna be honest. On first brush, I almost came to this podcast. I read a synopsis just now. I almost needed you to like explain the plot to me because they like did that opening text crawl. It just like bounced right off. Like I wish I understood anything about is it the Ned?
Nebs.
Yep, and the human. I wish I get it. I wish I got it. I wish I was smart enough to understand. I'm not. The text crawl was a little bit dense for me. And then I get what the screamers are and like all of that other stuff,
Yeah.
but I might need some gaps filled in.
Okay.
Uh
Well,
so
let's
we'll
talk
talk
about
about what I liked.
let's talk about the opening narrations because that's where I want to start.
Okay.
Um, if there's so much exposition that they throw at the beginning of this movie. I'm not surprised you got confused. Like everything they were talking about, I was like, this would make a great movie. I feel like we're in the middle of a sequel. Like it
Well,
was just so much.
Well,
Like, it's 4 paragraphs. If you need 4 paragraphs of narration to set up your film, that's a bit too much.
but hold on. Like how did genuinely because I was thinking about this, right? Because I was like, this is a lot of exposition, but like how much exposition did Star Wars have? How much did Lord of the Rings have, right? They're like, you know,
the
forged
only
in the fires of
difference,
Mount Doom. Seven
yeah,
Rings has December, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31. Like
yeah.
that was a lot to pack into the beginning of Lord of the Rings too.
The only difference is that in Star Wars you had the theme and you didn't have someone reading it to you. I think that's why it probably doesn't stand out as much.
In each one of the paragraphs in the Star Wars crawl is a sentence. Here, it's like each screen is like 3 sentences.
Okay.
But Dune in the 70s had Princess Aurelian reading to you from the Muad'Dib manual in the beginning. Take
Get
that,
your
haters.
get your Dune out of this sci-fi conversation. We're not going down that route.
So hold
It,
on, Ryan.
it,
Tell me.
yeah.
Okay, in very basics, right? Tell me about the
Okay.
text crawl in the beginning.
Okay.
Set the table for me.
There is the new economic bloc
Mm-hmm.
organization. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like the Wayne Enterprises or Wayland Enterprises
Yes.
of this universe. Okay, so like they own all of the like all of the colonies, like all of the factories that they're putting out all over the solar system, and
Mm-hmm.
all over other solar systems. Like we are branching out outside of our own solar system.
Mm-hmm.
They find this material that is the answer to energy needs. So they don't go beyond that. So I'm thinking, okay, so they pretty much found the stuff that they found in Avatar on that moon. That like, okay, so
What is it called?
I don't remember what it's called in
Alan?
that.
Unobtainium.
Unobtainium.
Okay.
Stupid. James Cameron, what are you doing? Anyway, keep
Well,
going, Ryan.
that's what they called the stuff in the core that they lined the ship with, so that they could go down to the core. They called it unobtainium. So anyway,
It's so dumb.
um, it's a joke and it's funny and I like it. So anyway, let's just say I forget what it's called, but let's just call it unobtainium. So they find
Okay.
this source to like the answer to Earth's energy needs. So they mine it. The problem is when they start to mine it on this planet, Sirius B6, I think it's called, if I remember correctly. Just tons and tons of radiation start pumping up out of the ground. For worker safety and workers' rights, the workers on this planet are like, yeah, we're not going back down there. Like,
Mm.
it's killing us. We're not doing this. And then the new economic bloc is like, no, we hired you to be there. You're mining this because we need it. There's a standoff. The new economic bloc attacks and nukes a bunch of the cities on
Okay.
Sirius B6 or 6B. And then the people on the other side, who are basically for the workers and like workers' rights, form the alliance.
Okay.
And so they have a shooting war and a nuke war on Sirius 6B, but at home on Earth, it's like a Cold War
Okay.
where you had the different countries and governments basically sided with what side they wanted to side with, and then it turned countries and nations into basically ploys for economic interests.
Okay. So I'm gonna say right now, this is something I love. This reads Philip K. Dick. This evil corporation got way too big for its britches, is, trampling on workers' rights, is hurting humanity. This is a Scanner Darkly, right? This is
Yeah.
this is something I very much like. And something that I think I wanted more of in the plot, but I
Okay.
understand why you can't do that. I have one last impression of this that I'll leave us at the very end, but like, yes,
Okay.
this is good. I like this.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Going off of what
Yeah.
Devon said, I too like this concept. Um, I like the world that the film sets up as much as the opening monologue was draining for me, and I had to like stop and get a cup of coffee. Um, it it does a good job of setting up the world, and unlike Devon, I understood where we were going into it. Like it gets it across. It was just a lot. Like
It is.
it feels like it's a movie of itself. Like it could have been, this could have been part two of a trilogy if you set up like the whole workers' rights story.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, um, that was my biggest gripe about the opening. Is just it's too damn long.
I understand, and maybe the reason why I don't have that reaction and why like I don't like I don't have that reaction really to any type of opening might be because of this movie. Because like this came out when I was 10. I probably
Mm,
saw this movie for the first time when I was like 11 or 12. And so like this was right in my like introduction to me forming my own opinion and my own tastes in movies.
Mm-hmm.
And the kind of like the action in this and the storyline, the interpersonal relationships in it were at a really basic level. So as an 11 and 12-year-old, this imprinted on me like, oh, I like this. And then it had me search out other things similar to this, which is where I came across Starship Troopers and other
Yeah.
types of movies. And I'm like, yes,
Well,
this is who I am. Give me, give me, give me. This is who
well,
I am.
and like to compare it to Starship Troopers, I feel like if
Yeah.
Starship Troopers were to do the same thing, they would have shown it. Like I'm a big proponent for show don't
Yeah.
tell. Like this could have easily been summed up in like a newsreel type thing from Earth. Like the history of everything. Like show it. Like there's so much there
Yeah.
that you could have visually shown it. Now there's I can guarantee I know why they didn't show it. Because budgets are a thing and they didn't have one. Uh,
Yeah.
so
I
that
think
makes
they did
sense
the
to me.
best with what they had.
They did, but Peter Weller, he didn't do RoboCop 3 for a reason. Like he's not cheap. Like
Yeah.
so
I,
like yeah.
you know what though? I will say, Peter Weller, absolutely my favorite part of this movie. I think he's incredible. I don't think I've seen him in nearly enough. He's so
Okay.
good.
Yeah, so let's get into that. So Peter Weller's character, the first time I saw this, I was like, ah, RoboCop's in this. That's cool. And like that was one of the things that like probably kept me going through the movie even during like a slow part because I was like, oh, I'm watching something that I haven't, like I've only seen this guy in RoboCop.
Hmm.
And yeah, so yeah, no, and I my favorite moment of his in this movie, well, actually, favorite moments because there's two, is when at the beginning, when he's basically looking at coins and listening to like opera in
Yeah.
his room, and he basically nerds out at his like second in command, and then he realizes that he's doing that, so he switches gears. And then the second time is when he's absolutely obsessed with like trying to figure out what these models of screamers are, and he tells everyone else to get out, and he's there basically risking his life
Mm-hmm.
to to basically fulfill his own curiosity. Like
Yeah.
those are my two favorite moments of his, because I feel like in that moment you can see the terror in his face, but the fact that he wants to know so badly like what's going on with the screamers, he forces himself to like not do that, and you can see that in his face. Like he looks horrified
Mm-hmm.
uh um uh in that scene. Um but yeah, no, he's one of my favorite. He's one of the reasons why I love this movie too.
He he doesn't get enough credit for the one role that I always think of when I think of him. Devin, do you know which one I'm talking about?
No.
Uh, he voiced Batman in the Dark Knight Returns animated movie that they did.
What?
Yeah, he's the voice of Batman in that. So he's the one who does like, uh, this is an operating room and I'm the surgeon. Like he gets to
That's
do
so
all those fun
funny.
lines. Which I before the show, like I saw a clip from the Adam West animated movie that they did where he does those lines.
Yeah.
Not the same gravitas as Peter Weller doing it. So, but no, I feel I might have to add that to our list because that's such a good interpretation of the comic. Like it's such a great story and great adaptation. He nails Bruce Wayne and the older Batman and all of that. So
That's very cool. I need to watch more of him. While we're on actors, I want to take a moment to talk about just how, and I need to figure out who it is. Is it Charles Edwin Powell? How incredibly punchable he is. So the guy with the tears
oh yeah.
going down his. Every time he was on screen, I'm like, I want to hit him. Can I hit him? No. Can I hit him yet? And then like at some point, you're kind of justified in wanting to hit him. And then I was like, we'll talk about about this aspect of it later. But there was a moment where I was like, why did I not see that coming? Because my immediate reaction is I want to hit this guy, and then the movie's like,
Yeah.
this is why we've been making you want to hit this guy, and like, great, thank you, movie. I don't know why I didn't connect that. Absolutely absurd.
Speaking of actors, I don't really have much to go off of this except for the guy's name. So I'm watching the beginning of the movie, and the name
Uh-huh.
Ron White comes up, and I was like,
Oh.
from the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, like,
Yeah.
is he just gonna be standing there drinking scotch, like, giving one-liners? Like, what's?
They call them tater salad. Oh, incredible! It's so
Who's
funny.
next? Larry the Cable Guy? Get it in.
Oh wow.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of there's a there's a lot of performances in this that stand out, and like I believe that actor's name is, because I'm looking through the casting right now, I think it's
Yeah.
Jason Cavalier.
I think that might have been it. Let me catch up to you. Jason Cavalier. Yep, there he is.
Yeah.
From Leon. He's
Um.
Leon, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that's him.
As someone who was in Boy Scouts and like had to learn knife safety and like all of that stuff, the scene of him sharpening his knife walking across the I-beam was so cool to me. Like I didn't care that
Oh, I
he was a
bet.
jerk. I'm like, the vibe. That's the vibe I want. It's like 11-year-old Ryan wanted that vibe for me as an adult. Did I get there? No, not even once. But did I want it as an 11-year-old? Yes. Like that's the
Well,
vibe I wanted as an adult.
well, Ryan, we were going to wait till the end of the podcast to tell you this, but Alan and I actually went in on a present for you. If you open the door behind you now, we actually bought you an I-beam. Do you want to go ahead and check it out?
No, it's okay. Thank you.
All right. I mean, you don't. The offer's gone. Like you're gonna open the door, it's gonna be gone now. So
It's gonna be gone now. Sorry, you
if
missed
I
your chance at
open that-
I-beam.
If I open that door, 3 cats are gonna run in here, and they're not gonna leave.
Arguably better than an I-beam. Totally
Yeah,
fair.
true. But yeah, him, and then you've got Jennifer Rubin,
Yeah.
and Andy Lunar,
Lauer.
Louder. This was the first thing that I think I was like, after this movie, and then I saw him later on in other stuff, I would always refer back to this movie. Like, oh, that's the guy from Screamers. And most
Yeah.
of the time, people would go, "What's Screamers?"
rightfully so.
Yeah. Ouch. So there's that. Now, when it comes to effects, what did you guys think? Like, given that it only had a $20 million budget in like 95.
This had a $20 million budget in 1995.
So there were some effects I thought were really good. There were some effects that were unintentionally or intentionally horrific. So like I specifically mean when they open the door and there's army of small children, right?
Yeah.
Some of the small children are like plausible copies of the small child that you've seen. And I
Yeah.
think that's what they're meant to be. But you get like 4 rows back, those guys are just wearing like fucking paper mache versions of that kid's face.
They
It is
are.
absolutely terrifying. Like it makes the scene that much scarier, and I don't think
Yeah.
they were going for that. But holy shit, like that is a scary part.
This is not a
yeah.
movie they were expecting you to be able to watch in HD,
HD.
and pause and look at the faces that closely.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. I'm looking at the gross for this movie. Do you know how much it made?
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not good.
But no, I did a quick there's another movie from 1995 that is notorious for bad special effects, and I wanted to see what the budget was, and it was the exact same. Do you guys know what movie I'm talking about?
Lawnmower Man.
No.
Aw.
It's a movie we've done on the podcast that I picked for you guys.
Power Rangers?
Power Rangers. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Holy cow, good job, Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah, the exact same budget. I want to say the special effects there are a little bit
I want to say Power Rangers wasn't doing as much with their special effects as this was trying to do.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay, so CGI budgets about this, like efforts about the same. Like the stuff that's CGI in here looks like a CGI. Like it's obviously rendered in like Windows 95. And bad. What Power Rangers did well with its budget is the makeup, because you had the Ooze guys and the Tango Warriors, and here you had the paper mache masks on this.
But
on the
did
screamers.
you consider this movie's laser budget? Because it was through the roof.
No.
Good effect on the lasers, Ryan. By the way, I'm on your side with the lasers.
The one laser beam that just goes across in a flat beam of light.
No, there was a couple. Like when they walked in and the ship was like below it, there was like a spray of lasers across the top. Like they had some like good laser effects here. I stand by the laser effects in this movie, Alan. You cannot stop me.
It was the 90s. They probably just went to a club and like froze the lights and just filmed.
They should.
Quick,
should.
Put a spaceship on the dance floor.
It might have been a rave spot. Those lasers might have already existed.
It was the club from Buffy. Like that's what it was. It was the nightclub from Buffy.
So I think a lot of the money probably went to Peter Weller, and then after that went to like set design and costumes. Like that's where I think a lot of this money went to.
I can guarantee that the movie did not make back the money that they paid to Peter Weller. Devon,
probably not. Yeah.
Devon, do you want to take a guess at how much money this movie made in the U.S. and Canada box office?
So it's 20 million budget. It probably made
Mhm.
what, 10 million?
Nope.
No.
Lower.
Lower? Okay, 5 million.
Yeah.
5.7. Yeah.
Oh, I think
So,
it's better than that.
yeah, no, I think so too. Now to get away from like the actors and this and that, I kind of want to go over like what, like the plot, the meaning, what I get out of it now as an adult.
Hmm.
Well, when I was younger, I liked to watch this because it was just a cool sci-fi action movie with robots, and it was on periodically, so I could see it. That it was on enough that I was always excited whenever I came across it. As I got older, I got more like out of it, to the point now where I put this in the category of anti-AI movies. Um, the whole idea of the movie is that one of the ways that the Alliance could fight back against the Nebs, um, was to create, to, as they say in the movie, reinvent the sword. And a bunch of scientists who backed the Alliance sent them basically a blueprint on how to build a self automated screamer robot facility underground. They built it, and as Peter Weller's character says, they hit the button, ran, and locked the door. Um, because these things are pretty much like mines that look for any type of like heartbeat, and it turns on its circular saws that's in itself, and then just pops out of the ground and chops you into little bits and then drags your body underground. Who knows what it uses the body for? They have several different theories in the movie itself about this, and they just go on. As the movie progresses, they run into more complicated robots each time. Until the end of the movie, where you have one of the screamers that is literally its own independent thinking being. And that's why I said before on an episode a long time ago, like, since we're at this point now with AI, even though it's not technically true AI, it's just really complex algorithms that act like AI. Um, we need to start thinking about this stuff as a society with laws now, because this technology is going to advance really quickly, really fast. It's how old tech happens. It's how it evolves. And at some point, we're going to run into a situation where you have a computer or a program that has independent thought and it can rationalize its own existence. And then what do you do? What are the ethics around that? That's where I place this movie. Like, this is one of those movies that shows, like, as an example of what can happen with AI.
Especially
Yeah,
since they say, like, yeah, we kind of just put it down there and let it do its own thing. Like, if you leave it
yeah.
unguarded, like, yeah, things are going to be bad.
hmm
Um,
And one of the things that this movie does too is on that last one, it shows a chip, and the chip has a language that he says, "I've never seen this language before," and every single documentary I've ever seen about supercomputers and the possibility of AI, even back in the late 90s as a kid, they always would talk about how whenever they would put supercomputers together and write a program where the computers had to talk to each other to figure out situations, eventually it creates its own language to communicate more effectively.
yeah.
And like they put that into this movie as well. And so like that's just aspects of that is why, like, as I get older, I just find more reasons to like this movie.
So going back to the box office for a second,
Yeah.
because this is fun. Can we play a game of Alan
Oh
lists
God.
off all the movies that did better at the box office opening weekend than
Oh
this did?
no. And then we're coming back to AI, I promise.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll save my game for the end. Let's talk about AI
Okay,
stuff.
good. Okay, good. So no, Alan, or to Ryan's point, I really like that about the movie, and there's something special to me about any kind of media that was written pre today that holds up or becomes more relevant as time goes on. Because you know that like I I listen to this podcast, right, about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and they have this one episode that deals with a topic that when they were writing the episode goes, this isn't going to be a problem in 5 years. This episode's going to age terribly. And it's one of their better aged episodes because it became a worse problem than they thought it was. And it's exactly like this movie, where like Philip K. Dick wasn't thinking literally this is going to happen, but like probably literally this is going to happen. And I think that's
Yeah.
really cool. And like Ryan, to your point, like this was the compelling part of the movie for me. Like by a wide margin. I didn't like the we reinvented the sword line very much,
Hmm.
but I loved the fact that A, the robots made more robots, like it made itself and it evolved itself to trick humans. And B, because of that machine language, they signposted the twist at the end pretty early on. And I thought that was really cool.
How did they do that?
So whenever the I guess early on's a strong word, but whenever they kill the guy that is the robot, they take the chip off of his leg and Peter Wellers goes, "I don't know this. I can't read this." And the lady goes, "Here, give it to me." And it's kind of
Mm.
obvious she can read it. And I'm like, "Oh, that like now that Ryan told us this, like that's why she can read it because it's machines writing for machines." Damn it, that's
I
cool.
can even that is cool, but I can even go earlier than that.
Can you?
So yes, so when he is pulling apart the Model 1 screamer on his desk at the
Mm,
bunker, um he puts the chip in his like computer interface that he has at his desk, and he walks up and he's looking at the code, and he makes the comment. He was like, I can't understand any of this
mm,
because it's not code written by humans, it's code written by the robots.
yep.
Yeah.
And he's just and was it clearly they make it out that like he's the commander, he's curious, but he's not an expert, and
Mm-hmm.
but he wants to be, he's trying to be. And that's, and I, I like that in his character, but then at the same time, that also shows that like there's a world of problems like coming for these characters soon. When it, because that's kind of like the first, like if you were to ring a bell every time something happens that shows that things are going to get worse, that's one of the moments that the bell would ring.
Yeah,
Like I
certainly.
can't really read this. Dong.
Mm-hmm. This will get so much worse for you.
Yeah. Um, the one thing I did find funny when it comes to props is uh the mini Pluto, the mini rocket nuke thing
Oh,
that they
yeah.
eventually use. It's seriously like it looked like someone went to Toys R Us in 1995 and bought like a foam dart to a Nerf gun and like stuck some cardboard to it and painted it. Like clearly
Yeah.
A- HD did not do this movie any
No,
service at
it did
all.
not.
If you were to watch this on VHS on standard, might get a better reaction to the effects in this movie.
I think you're right. Okay, I have a question for Alan about this movie because Alan, it's
Yes.
not about this movie, it's about the ecosystem around movies. And I think that
Okay.
it informed a decision in this movie that I thought was very fun.
Okay.
At what point was smoking basically not allowed in movies? Like, at what point did like Hollywood as a whole, like, at what year did they like pump the brakes?
I want to say it was like the mid 2000s, early 2000s.
Okay, so we're still a
Yeah.
little early in this because this felt like it was like towing the line of like we want our main character smoking, but for health. And I really liked that.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a lot less now. But like I want to say like 2007, 2008 around
Okay, that was
then.
a little later than I thought. I thought it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like late '80s, early '90s. They like did away with it, but I guess not.
Yeah, no. It was back when like after I graduated high school is when I do remember a lot of like a lot of push when it came to like movies and stuff to like stop having the cool characters smoking.
Yeah, right, right. Okay.
Yeah. Um but that was something as a kid that I always loved about this movie because like even as a kid in like 95, like even parents saying, "Oh no, we don't want you to smoke and kids shouldn't smoke." You still heard the the talk around like people being celebrated for quitting smoking and
Yeah.
people saying how like, "Yeah, I know it's bad for me, whatever. It's what I do." Um and then having a movie where like, people are smoking whatever, and then light your reds and like everyone lights are red, and then eventually they tell you that it's to neutralize the radiation in your lungs,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, cool. Well, that put that on its head, and
Yeah.
like this movie just opened up a lot of stuff for me.
Yeah.
Like a lot of different things, perspective changes and stuff like that.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I find this. So I'm in the middle of trying to like broaden my horizons in terms of like science fiction, in terms of like fantasy and just literature and stuff lately. And I find that even if I don't agree or like love the media that I'm consuming at this point, I find that there's at least good ideas that I can take away. Like you can tell there's something very clever about at least an aspect of it. And for me, for this movie, was like the screamers themselves and their self-replicating part. I like that a lot. I think that's clever. It's the corporation that owns everything eventually revolting against the workers. I think that's cool. And it's the like Reds. What was
Yeah.
your guys' favorite part of this? Like, did you have an aspect you're like, you know what? The movie might be what it is, but like this bit was clever.
I liked how the robots evolved. Like I
Yeah.
like that they didn't just go, we're gonna copy faces route. We're going to manipulate with the children, with the child thing. Like I like
Uh-huh.
that because it's clever. And that the even the phase one ones are like starting to look more and more like animals and rats and things like
Hmm.
that. Like
Hmm.
I like the evolution of the screamers.
Yeah. Are you waiting for me, Devin? Is
I
that what?
am.
Oh,
You
okay.
don't get
Sorry.
you're not out of this because you recommended the movie, Ryan. Don't you think you can escape
um.
this
I
question?
liked all of
So
it. Okay, moving on. Like
I already kind of buried the lead a little bit when I was talking about the whole like as an adult now it's the AI thing. But
Yeah.
to be honest, my favorite aspect of this is the corny relationship build between Peter Weller's character and Jennifer Ribbon. Or yeah, like between that, like obviously, well, so they start him off as being this divorced guy, and he or divorced or separated guy. He sees a woman that he's attracted to, and he reacts that way in a very '90s way. Um, and then it just shows that like very basic, very quick like relationship build between the two. But I don't know. I like them playing off each other. So I really like whenever they're in a scene together, even if he's slicing her palm open, even if he's.
okay. So I have so like Devin had trouble with the beginning of this movie. I have trouble with the end of the movie. So she was a robot the whole time.
Yes.
Why was she different from the other robots? Like why did she want to leave with him?
Well, she says it that like she's at the point now where she is independent enough of her programming that she can make her own decisions, make her own thoughts,
But why is
and
she so independent from the programming?
because it's the evolution, that's what
Okay.
happens. At a certain point, they are running on programming to where this is my mission, this is what I do, and with her, it's this is my mission, this is what I do. But do I really want to do that? It's at her stage that she
Okay.
becomes self-aware.
Okay. So she's just become self-aware. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. And that's why that other one shows up, doesn't have the life experience that the other one has, and why that one is still on its mission.
So do they actually take the skin off of people's faces and wear it, or is it just that's
That's
just a
open to
model?
interpretation. As far as I'm like, I think for the creepy horror aspect, I think it would be more fun if he's actually wearing like the actual skin of his friend's face
Yeah,
over like a robotic like thing. But at the
because that
same
makes
time,
sense. Because that
yeah,
Yeah.
because that makes sense because you see the screamers pulling down these bodies and taking
yeah.
them who knows where. So if they're evolving into like humanoids, like in theory you could remove that skin and use it, but then you lose me when you have two of her show up. Like so like why do they have just two of her face? Was her twin there?
Well,
Um are they
So
just
when it
manipulating like on a nano level to look that way? Like,
So the way that I interpret it, the way that I interpret it is based off the scene with the army of little Timmies or Davids that go into the bunker. Um, I feel like it's a model like anything else. Like you've got like the David model, and they just mass produce Davids on the assembly line, and then you have the hurt soldier, and I am assuming and going with the thought that all of the hurt soldiers look like that guy initially. Because his buddy at the base at one point in a message says, "Hey, we picked up another one. He's a little weird, but I think he's okay though." I think they had that model of that guy, the whole knife sharpening teardrop guy, at the base, and he's the one that screwed everything up over there.
That's kind of cool.
Um,
It's a good theory.
so because that's what he says, like, "Hey, we got a guy over here. He's a little weird." And then you're thinking, okay, so which one of these three Nebs is a screamer? And so I'm thinking the whole time, okay, is it the nervous guy? Is it the cocky guy? Or is it the woman? And
could
uh,
what? Well,
yeah.
that's my next question. Was the nervous guy a screamer too?
No, he was not. He was the only human in that base. He was there with
Whoops.
two screamers. He was there.
Messed up. It's like that time we played Last of Us, and your nephew
Yeah.
killed me. It's like that, Alan. That
So
we did for the
that's
podcast.
Yeah.
so that's why so what I feel is going on when they drag the bodies down, there's multiple things going on. The screamers are learning more about human anatomy. The screamers are taking scans. They are at at first, I would like to believe that they are scanning their victims and then creating and picking the best ones that the program thinks would get, the most like innocent reaction out of by humans
Do
for the faces.
Do you see why I kept calling this movie Scanners?
That's
Like,
it. That's it.
Hmm. Well, so I feel like each one of these is a production line item. And so when it got to the end, that's why another one of her shows up, is because she was the next model, the newest model, and it was just mass producing her until it evolves again. And so when it took his buddy down, that 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 line of "Help me, soldier" was still being produced, and it decided that, well, I think we need to change up the face now. And so it used one of its scans and picked his. And the network or the system knew the relationship that the leader of the alliance had with that guy, so that's why he was using that as like a way to mock Peter Weller's character at that
so
moment.
the most important question I have for you tonight, Ryan, is have you seen the sequel to this?
Yes, I own it.
Is it good?
Yes.
If Alan
Suspiciously quiet.
if Alan would have just pushed a little harder with his dislike about this movie, I would have you guys watch the sequel, but I'm not going to.
Oh no! Why?
I will say this. I do not dislike this movie. There are things about this
Yeah.
movie that I think are horrible. I did not
Yeah.
dislike this movie. Like you made me pay $5 to rent this. I'm not upset about it. Did I hate watch it? Yes, but it was a fun hate watch. No, like it.
Yeah.
It was so bad. I kind of want to watch the sequel just for fun.
Okay, so the sequel is 100% Sci-Fi Network original movie quality. I'll put it that way.
I mean, so is this, if we're being honest.
um,
Do
but
do they address
yeah.
do they address the ending of this movie with the teddy bear?
If I will say this. I own it in only DVD
Okay.
form. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Okay.
We got to start.
I remember enjoying it and then putting it away. I think they reference him getting back to Earth and the Screamer teddy bear, but I cannot remember if he lived or not in the reference. It's like a kind of like a throwaway line, and then they just dive into the fact that they go back to Sirius 6B
There
Mhm.
you go.
because there's like a cry for help, or there's like a call for help,
Yeah.
and they find like a refuge of like humans left, and then they bring them on board the ship, and one or two of them is a more advanced screamer than Jessica Hudson from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Whoops! Would you look at that? Whoopsie doozles.
So here's my hope
Yeah.
for what happens with that teddy bear.
Yeah.
I hope he becomes self-aware enough that when he gets to Earth, he just becomes like the futuristic version of Ted. He's just like
Yes, they're just
drinking alcohol, smoking weed, and
they're
eating
Thunder Buddies.
Pizza bagels all the time.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
incredible.
all right. Is there anything else before we get to my game?
Owen,
No.
Okay.
We
So
said it
we can do this two ways. I could start at the top, and we could see the diminishing returns of movies that did better than this. I think that's the way to
yes,
go. Or we can start
yes,
at
that's
the
gonna be
bottom.
more exciting the
Yeah.
further down we go.
Okay. So I want you both to guess. I have a list here of 39 films from the week from January 1996 when this film came out. There are 39 films here. Where do you think Screamers is on this list? Keeping in mind that it
39.
came out in January.
It earned $5 million in January.
It earned $3.3 million in January. It came out
number
January
20
26th.
Is number 27.
Ryan, you said 39?
Bottom of the list. Yeah.
It is at number 30. I will tell you the movies that
Oh.
it did better than. We'll start at the
Okay.
bottom. At 39 we have Braveheart. 38 we
What?
have well, Braveheart had been out since May 1994. So it's been out for a
Oh, okay.
while. Restoration, not sure what that is. Richard III. Once Upon a Time We Were Colored. Not sure what that came out the same day. That seems like a small independent film. After 2 months in theaters, Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls. Oh, didn't even make $1 million this month, but it had already grossed $100 million.
Wow.
Money Train, Big Bully with Rick Moranis and Tom Arnold.
Wow.
4 Rooms, and Lawnmower Man 2: Beyond Cyberspace. So those are the movies those are the movies that did better than. So
Right.
here are the ones that did better than Screamers in January 1996.
Starting at the
12
top.
Starting at the top. Number 1, 12 Monkeys. Number 2,
Okay.
Grumpier Old Men. Number 3, Jumanji. Number
okay.
4, Toy Story.
Mm.
And then we have, I'm just going to stop listing the numbers. Heat. 6, Waiting to Exhale. Number 7, Sabrina with Harrison Ford.
Oh, right.
Now, at number 8, I feel like I need to do this like Casey Kasem. At number 8, Mr. Holland's Opus. Coming in at number 9, Father of the Bride Part 2. Number 10,
I like that movie.
Eye for an Eye. Number 11, Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood.
That's not a movie, right?
It is a movie. I think it's like a spoof
Okay.
of. It was the Wayans brothers spoofing like Spike Lee stuff.
Wow.
At 12, From Dusk Till Dawn. 13, Sense and Sensibility. Number 14, this is where we get good. Biodome with Pauly Shore.
Oh no!
I just watched that movie 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I love that
Yeah.
movie.
And
wow.
that had only been out like 2 weeks at this point, and it still did better. Goldeneye. Rob Reiner's The American President. Number 17, Two If by Sea. Number 18, Sudden Death. 19, Tom and Huck starring JTT. 20, Leaving Las Vegas. 21, Dunstan checks in with the monkey and Jason Alexander.
Which is an
Oh.
underrated movie.
Yes, it is.
I don't know.
22, Nixon. 23, Bed of Roses. 24, Seven. 25, Balto.
Oh.
26, Dead Man Walking. 27, Casino. 28, Cutthroat Island. And my favorite of this list at number 29, coming in just above Screamers at $4 million, is Mel Brooks's Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Wait a minute. Is this like a re-release? Is that like how long has
No,
it been out?
that it had come out in December of '94, so it had been out for about a month at this point.
How much did that movie make in total? It had to have made more, right?
What, Dracula Dead and Loving It?
Yeah.
It made $10 million total.
No, it did not.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought it was a much better movie than that.
No,
Oh. What were we doing in the 90s, folks?
not watching Mel Brooks things.
Apparently
Watching
That-
Heat.
watching Heat. Fair.
And evidently Biodome.
Yes, I remember Biodome being an absolute hit. I really, really do. In fact,
I think about
I
that.
remember watching that movie a lot when I was a kid.
I think about when they ask for anatomically correct dolls of themselves and they open the pants and they go, ha, 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 ha. Like,
I've
I
never-
thought about that this weekend.
I have never seen Biodome.
Oh, I
I
don't know.
Wait,
Oh,
why did that get a bigger reaction than I've never seen Apocalypse Now? Like,
because half of, not even half, a very prominent lyric in Weird Al's Albuquerque, and the in-flight movie Biodome with Pauly Shore.
which is why I haven't watched it.
That's why I have. I'm like, I need this reference. That's why I then
Oh,
Googled what
man.
Flock of Seagulls haircut is.
Oh,
Like-
I know what that
like-
is. I've seen Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
Or no, not Tommy
Oh.
Boy. Wedding Singer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, Tommy Boy does have it too at one point.
The thing is, so I went through a huge Pauly Shore span when I was like a preteen. So like, See Me in the Army Now, Son-in-Law, Biodome, like all of those movies were on almost constant rotation for me. And I would say that Biodome back then was like one of my favorite ones. Whenever I saw it was on, I was watching it. Like See Me in the Army Now, Son-in-Law, I could, it all depended on my mood. But Biodome, no matter what, I'd always watch it. And I tried watching it again like 2 weeks ago, and I got maybe 30 minutes in, and I was like, 12-year-old me, I don't know what you were thinking. I can't. But like,
I made y'all watch Joe Dirt. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Did we do Joe Dirt?
We did do
yeah,
Joe Dirt.
we did do Joe Dirt.
I made you guys do Joe Dirt. I'm not mad about it. I don't regret
I'm
it.
not mad about it either. All right. All right. Well, I think that does it for Screamers. Next week it is my pick, and I am going to make you guys watch a movie that came out last year. Had a little bit bigger of a budget. We're gonna watch James Gunn's Superman, the film that officially started off the DCU. There's a few things that kind of are part of it now, but wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, multiversal shenanigans. But yeah, we're gonna watch Superman, starring David Cornsweet and the guy who played Beast in the prequels for X-Men. Nicholas Hoult. There we go. That's it. So yeah, I haven't watched it since it was in theater, so I'm looking forward to revisiting this before Supergirl. So, that's all I have for this week. You can, if you're watching us, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, for You Have to Watch This podcast, I'm Alan.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Devin.
And we'll see you next week. And this is the part where I would do the very loud scream of the screamers, but I don't want to.
Thank you.
You could always just quote Shakespeare.
They did do that.
Fiend.